What happened, do you think, to bring about that interest from such big brands in the early days? Was it as a result of that PR action, or do you feel like it was random? What happened there to bring those orders about?
It was definitely a mix. And like, while I say marketing feels quite unnatural, the one thing that I have had quite a lot of success with is PR. So right from the very beginning, I had a small feature in a magazine, which was, yeah, back in COVID. And just when I launched my website, and it was for my bags. And because I hadn't done any other marketing, I could literally see that the traffic and the orders I got were from that magazine. And since then, I've been fortunate to be in various publications, either for my products or for my story. I've had the excellent guidance of Pippa Golden, who you've also uh, had a podcast with. But that is something I've actually quite enjoyed, of being doing that DIY PR and pitching to people and saying, look, we've got this beautiful product, we've got these amazing stories. I can help this journalist by sharing my what I'm doing. And I think that, together with the the actual product, um, has been what has come in my favor. And then once you get one big name, I think it sort of, there's a catalyst to then get uh, interest from other brands as well.
Yeah, I think Pippa describes it as the snowball
Yeah.
effect, that you're, for a long time, it might feel like you're pushing a snowball up a hill and it's hard work and you're not gaining any momentum. But then at some point, it takes a certain, maybe it's a certain article or a certain, whatever it might be, a certain podcast interview, a certain piece in a newspaper, a certain whatever it might be. And then suddenly you kind of topple over the hill and it starts to gain momentum and you feel
Yeah.
like people are coming to you rather than you constantly pitching to everybody else. I mean, you have a brilliant story. And I don't really like to sort of commodify stories in a marketing sense, because I am fascinated by people's stories. I just think everybody has one,
Yeah.
and yours is brilliant, and it has everything. It has the environmental aspect, it has the charitable aspect, it has the community aspect, it has creativity, it has your gorgeous memories with your grandmother and all of that heritage around the meaning of the sari. And it's a brilliant story. And to what extent do you think it's helped you to be able to, I mean, I'm presuming Pippa might have helped you with this, but to kind of just appreciate the power in that story, because that is what journalists, that is what everybody's looking for all the time, is the good story. To what extent do you feel like you've been able to harness that in your PR?
It's interesting because I'm actually going to do a bit of a talk in a couple of weeks to some founders on storytelling. And like you say, s- everyone has their own story, and it's about how you can make that story perhaps relevant to what, well, in the PR world, what that journalist is looking for. So I think I was fortunate in that I just felt like I was just telling the natural evolution of my brand. But actually, there were, like you said, lots of different elements that I could then pick up and use to pitch for, say, a journalist who's looking to talk about intergenerational, relationships, or someone else who's talking about um, eco choices in at Christmas. So it's storytelling, but trying to remember what your story is, and all the different elements of it. And then once you've got that as a sort of pitch, as a patter, then you can share that with lots of people, and then you are helping what that journalist needs. You're being able to offer them something that they might not have had previously.
And do you I mean, this talk sounds really interesting. I wish I could go. Um,
Hang on.
but it's hard sometimes for us to see our own story.
Yeah.
And do you think sometimes it takes another person to come in and identify those key factors of what you're doing? Because you're so close to it, you can't see it yourself.
I think it could be, and I think I would probably anyone who you're close to or not close to, or it could be someone random and you just tell them what you do, would probably be able to pick up pieces of what they think makes your story. But you almost, I think it's an exercise you could do yourself, perhaps with ChatGPT. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
something that you do. If you just say what you do, you need to just pick it apart a bit more, and then just try and think about what might be interesting to a certain crowd or a certain audience.